of broadcasts for me. I just had an interaction with a Facebook friend, and I thought I would share it with you to see what kind of reactions you guys have to this. Nothing unusual, nothing new, but I just thought I'd share it because it's a little bit interesting, maybe. Okay. All right, so let me go ahead and share this. Put it up. Oops, put that up in the main one there. Okay, so here is a friend of mine from Facebook. She sent me a friend request, and I accepted. Didn't know this name, this person. The photograph doesn't look familiar, but hey, it's only Facebook. I thought, why not? We'll go ahead and allow this, accept this invitation. And then, when was this? Yesterday, I guess. Yesterday morning, I get a message. Hello, how are you doing today? And I said, good morning. Morning, how was your night? I thought, okay. I didn't rush to answer, but okay, then I answered, good. I slept well. Good to hear that from you. Did you watch the CNN? Wait, that was Wednesday a.m. and then 8:26 a.m. So a day later, got this. Good to hear that from you. Did you watch the CNN news last week? And actually, I did not. So no, why? I was just wondering if you have heard anything about the DHHS program yet. What is DHHS? And because I was already suspicious. But so what is the DHS? Oh yeah, okay, I know DHHS, but what program? DHHS, the Department of Health and Human Services. Oh, and then she says, yeah, it's the Department of Health and Human Services. They're helping people financially, most especially in paying bills. They're helping the youth, workers, widow, retired, and also the disabled in the society. Have you heard about them? And my followers, people that have watched my broadcasts until now, know that I'm in Japan. I'm an American, yes, but I'm in Japan. So yeah, in America? Yes. I benefit some of, and I don't know what this number is because there's only 2 zeros after the last comma. So either it's 200 million or $20 million, I guess. Or if it's the European use of commas in place of decimal points, then it's $200.0000000. I don't know. Whatever it was, I thought that was a little funny. Whether it was $200 or $200,000 or $20 million or $200 million, whatever it was, that kind of piqued my interest, shall we say. And I said, so I just received whatever that from them. You don't have to pay it back. Oh, you can also apply for the program. Do you know how to apply for it? You can also apply for the program. She doesn't know anything about me. Maybe she does. She invited me to be her friend. But yeah, anyway, she has confidence that I can apply for the program. Do you know how to apply for it? Wow. Because at this point, I'd already figured out that, that this was a scam, so I thought I'd let this person, doubtfully a female, but anyway, I thought I'd let this person off the hook. I said, wow, you're very bad at this. I know you're a Russian. You need to find some very stupid people to believe this, so, and Senate laughed there. I thought that would be the end of it, right? I caught you in your scam. But I told you this program is real. This program is real and legit. I assured you at rest you would surely receive your money once you qualified. Oh, well, okay. Now I mean, she says that she's legit, so I have to believe it, right? I mean, that's the same justification for believing the Bible, right? I mean, the Bible says that it's the true, holy, word of God. So if it says so in the Bible must be true, right? This person tells me that this is legit, so it must be true. You just believe whatever, whatever the source is. That's who you anyway. Sorry about that. Never mind. Nothing religious here. So anyway, I told you the program is real and legit. I assure you that at rest, you would surely receive your money once you qualified. Okay, so all right. I tried to let them off the hook easy, and say, okay, I figured it out, go away, but no. All right, tell me all about how I can get my money. All right, here's the claiming officer in charge. Contact info 605-888-5321. His name is John Matt. Telling him you want to apply for DHHS grant and wait for his response. Just make sure you follow all the instructions given by the claiming officer so your paperwork can be processed immediately. You apply and you're eligible. All right, so you give me a telephone number. I'm going to try and find out whose number it is. And I couldn't find John Matt, but 605 area code in America matches to South Dakota. And I'm not in South Dakota. I've never been to South Dakota, actually. I don't think I know anyone in South Dakota. And I don't believe that South Dakota is the national hub for the DHHS. But what do I know? I said, but I'm not in South Dakota. And I didn't get a response for a while. So there was a few question marks there to try and prompt my friend here to come back and say, he doesn't mind. They help people all over the world. Text him right now and tell him you want to apply for DHHS program and wait for his response, okay? Okay, can my friends do this too? I mean, hey, this, I'm getting, I don't know how much money I'm getting, but try and get my friends in on this gravy train here, right? Yes, of course. I got my money delivered to my house after 7 hours I applied. 7 hours. The United States government took an application and got money into the hands of the person 7 hours later. All right. So now all doubts are out the window now, right? Oh, I missed the boat. Oh, darn it. Black-eyed dog. Thank you for dropping in. Yeah. And so, so 7 hours after they applied, I said, wow, even if my friends are in Japan, how about my friends in the Philippines? Yes. I was told by my referral that I should follow all the instruction given by the claim officer, and I did. Oh, so I want to be ready, right? I want to make sure that I do this right. So what did you have to do? If my friend is Japanese, can she get the money in yen, not dollars? No answer for a while there. So some question marks there. Tell me what you did so I can prepare. Do I need a driver's license or an insurance card? I mean, what do I need to get ready here? I don't want to keep this guy waiting on the phone for me, right? Oh, you have to contact him, right? I know. I know it. If you tell me, I can be ready and prepared. Did you contact the claiming whatever? Not yet. I'm not ready. You didn't tell me what to prepare. I told you to contact him. I thought you would help me. I don't know what I should prepare. If you don't want to help me, I can just look it up on the internet. Hello, won't you help me? If you won't help me, then you're not a friend. I'll block you. And I tried a couple of video calls to see if they would answer. They were, I saw the little green indicator that they were online, but would not answer my call for some reason. I don't know why. So that was my excitement. Well, that was my entertainment, I should say, for the morning. Angie Bradshaw, you disappointed me. Thought I was going to get to play this out a little bit longer, but gave up. All right. Well, anyway. That was kind of interesting, I think. Yeah, so I've been missing out on the John Matt money, huh? All right. Well, uh, this was on Facebook. Yes, this was on Facebook, and I should share more here. Let's see. If I go to Angie Bradshaw, this is on Facebook, so I'm not sharing any information that's not there for the public, right? So let's see. Let's see. Oh, this doesn't have it. That's interesting. Where did I see that? Um, I guess I can't show you. Somewhere. Intro? No. Because when I looked this up on my phone or iPad, I guess on my iPad, it showed it a little differently. All right, so it's not there, so I can't show you what I was going to show you. It showed a little differently. You got your John money 7 hours after I applied yesterday. I quit my job and moved to Bali today. Thanks, John Matt. Yes, John Matt. He's my man. Yeah. I think I may have ruined my chances though to get my John Matt money. Uh, but when I went to Angie Bradshaw's Facebook profile, uh, in in the about information, I think maybe she deleted it because when I mentioned that she was from Russia, and I tried to let her off the hook early in the conversation there. I said, "Oh, look, I know," because actually I didn't see any places from Russia, but I saw a bunch of Cyrillic writing there. So under something I can't remember. I think it was either maybe it was like places that they had checked in or something like that. I can't remember. Whatever it was, there was Cyrillic writing there, which again kind of was another red flag. So it was, like I said, it was entertaining. Um, I was just doing some laundry this morning and waiting for the laundry to finish. So needed something to waste my time on, I guess. And that was so Angie Bradshaw, I guess, was as good as anything. But I think I've blown it. I'm not going to get my John Matt money. There goes my retirement. Going to have to work for a few more years. Some people do take the bait. Wow. I mean, yeah. I could see if if it was, what would it be? What would it have to be for me to? You're on the internet, and everybody knows how to Google these days. So somebody gives you some information, and you don't know the source that well. Somebody who just added you a day before on Facebook. Is the school in session there? Are you teaching on campus? Excuse me. This is our summer break right now. We've got, let's see, we finished up classes. So finished up classes actually the end of July. Testing was going into the beginning of August. Now just, I finished grades, writing up the syllabus for the fall term, but about 3 weeks, about 3 weeks or 4 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks from now, we get started again. We've got a nice long summer vacation, which is good. It's too hot to be in the classroom right now. We do have air conditioners, but I feel guilty, because even, with COVID, and Japan is really bad right now. Probably lonely, maybe older people are the most taken in with online scams. Yeah, but I mean, if they're savvy enough to use Facebook, you know, you would think that they would be savvy enough to be able to do a Google search. Yeah, I just, I don't know. I'm back on campus teaching full capacity in person. Masks are mandated, though. Okay, all right, yeah, yeah. Masks have always been mandated here. I mean, since I mean, when so a year and a half ago, um, when things first broke out, we were wondering what we were going to do, and then I mean, we didn't really have much COVID here in Japan. So 2020 May, or April 2020, we really didn't have much for COVID going on here, but we closed down the campuses, did everything online. It was terrible. The teachers were in mass confusion, having, on short notice to put everything online. The students didn't know how to do things. The students were dissatisfied. It was terrible. And like I said, we didn't have hardly any cases. And, we did have, we've had this is, I think, our fifth wave. The first wave was small. The second wave was a little bigger. The third wave was substantially bigger. The fourth wave was about like the third wave, and the fifth wave has now eclipsed the biggest of the waves so far. Yeah, hopefully. I mean, the waves in Japan, have been very steep on the incline and the decline. Very, very, very pointed. The numbers go up sharply, but come back down relatively sharply also. Of course, there's lags, people hospitalized for weeks and so on. So, it's not like it's not a terrible effect. In fact, I've heard that even in my small city, the small city that I live in, our hospitals are over 80% capacity right now. And, so if we get a little bit of a surge here, it won't take much to put us over the limit, so that things could be really bad. I mean, and, it's not so bad, except that, a lot of people people still have, of course, what you all know, people still have other issues besides COVID. And if the beds are filled with COVID patients, then some of these other patients are going to be, their treatment is going to be delayed, or not going to get the treatment that they really need, and so on, so on, so forth. So, yeah, it's not good. Yeah. Soy Nate 14. Soy Nate. All right. Hello, mate. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So that that scam was pretty good. I'd show you another one, but it's a little more personal. Some woman that added me as a friend, and right away I said, oh, hi, we can be friends. I'm married and I'm quite happy. I'm not looking for a girlfriend or anything like that. And she said, oh, that's fine. Just friends. I want to be friends. And I said, okay, great. And but didn't know this person. And they don't live in a place that I usually travel to. So I mean, it would be strictly a Facebook, online type of friendship, which there's nothing wrong with that. But during the course of our talk, didn't really seem to have much in common, or shared interests or anything to really talk about. But she would basically every morning send me a good morning message. A lot of times, some kind of a GIF, whatever you call those things, a little animated uh, illustrations, right? The move or whatever. Um, and so I would reply in kind, sending like usually it came during my morning coffee. So I would send a GIF. I say GIF. I don't know what people usually say. I send a GIF with a cup of coffee, steaming cup of coffee. It said "Good morning" across the cup, the mug, or something like that. It never really, went very far beyond that for a long time. Couldn't understand, because I didn't have anything to say to her really, and she didn't seem to have anything much to say to me. But then she started sending me songs that were basically, the links to songs that were basically love songs and so on. And I said, that's a nice song, but why are you sending it to me? I told you I'm married. I'm happy. And she said, "Oh, nothing. Don't think too much about it. It's just, it's a nice song. Okay, all right. And it happened 2 or 3 times, and then and this was today also. Was this today or yesterday? This is today also, yeah. And sent me something about because I wasn't sending too many messages to this person, basically replying minimally, replying whenever that person would send a message, right? And but so this time, they said they sent some gifts and good morning messages and so on. I said good morning, and that was about it. And they after about a half an hour or something like that, they sent it was a copied message, something that they had received, and because it's in the messenger chat, it shows that if you pasted something from, or you forwarded a message from somebody else or something like that. So this must have been something that somebody had given her or sent her or whatever. It was like, if you don't text me or you don't call me, it's okay. I'll always be there for you, or something like that. And I no, it was something a little more leading than that. I can't remember the exact wording. I've blocked this person, so I don't think I have even access to the chat anymore. I hope I don't. Was that her? No. Yeah, I don't have access to that chat anymore, I don't think. Yeah. But anyway, I said, hey, whatever it was, obviously, I'll always be there for you, kind of thing. And I'm like, why are you sending me this? And again, she was like, oh, don't think too much about it. And I said, again, I remind her, I'm married, I'm happy. I'm insistent that you tell me why you sent this to me. And she said something a couple of times, kind of not wanting to. And I said, all right, look, if you're not going to explain why you sent me that message that I don't think was really appropriate, if you're not going to explain it, then I'm just going to block you. And so she said something about, I feel love for you, or I feel love you, or I feel I love you, or something like that. And she said, if you block me, it's okay. I'll always, feel for you, or something like that. And I said, again, I told you I'm married, I'm happy, I'm not interested, I'm not looking for a girlfriend, I don't want anything like that. I only want friends. And then I said, what you're doing, what you're doing is wrong. And she said, yeah, I know I'm wrong. And I said, please stay away from married men, and then blocked her. So, I mean, Facebook is funny. I mean, it's funny. I know this is going to be pasted on Facebook, but I mean, maybe people that watch it, some of these friends of mine that are following me on Facebook, maybe when they see this, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was like, I mean, it seems like she was trying to be a home wrecker. I mean, because there was never any indication that she was asking me for anything. I mean, maybe she was gonna blackmail me. If I did something, risque, provocative. If I asked for something or suggested something, then maybe she was going to say, oh, I'm going to tell your wife, so of course, my wife, I basically, every time I got a text, I would show it to my wife right away. I mean, I just thought it was funny, and a little bit disconcerting that this person would be so persistent, but yeah, it's a good question. What was the end game? Yeah, I mean, maybe the fact that I added them as a friend, after adding them as a friend, I looked through their profile, because again, I'm pretty sure that they invited me. I have invited a lot of people to be friends on Facebook, even people I don't know well, but this one was another one I think that invited me. To tell someone you barely know on Facebook that you feel love for them is pretty odd. Yeah. But that's something. I mean, there are a lot of really, really wonderful people, all around the world. And I know a lot of really great Filipinos. But I mean, part of it, I think, is the pressure, the difficulties that people are facing because of COVID lockdown and so on. Raquel Nogueres. Hello. Welcome. But there, some of them are lonely. I think maybe a lot of them are hurting for money. I mean, a lot of people live hand to mouth, as they say in the Philippines. People earn. I mean, there are people that earn 500 or $5, $10 a day, $5 a day, right? I did enjoy the talk before together with your wife. Okay. I don't know. This is not. Are you on Haps? Because normally, chats that come in from other place that I'm multicasting to, it has some kind of a color indicator, but you must be on Haps. Yeah, I don't know what you talked to my wife about. Are you the one that called? Yeah, that's another thing. Friends on Facebook, and not all of them, not everyone, but a lot of people seem to think that if you friend them on Facebook, it's okay to call them, through the messenger, and just do a video call or an audio call or whatever. Just call people. Again, somebody that you don't know, kind connections are like maybe friends of friends, you know, somewhere who lives in the same town or something like that as somebody you know. And just, you know, all of a sudden without saying, oh, you know, can we do a video call? Is it okay if I call you? None of that. They just suddenly call. Really something that I don't like. I have a tendency to block people pretty quickly if they do that. I just don't see any need for that. I mean, if there's, you know, and, you know, a lot of times they call up and just say, hello, how are you? You know, two lines on, you know, on a chat, you know, on Messenger would have done that. You know, why they feel the great need to call, I don't know. And a lot of them want to call with video. I guess, I mean, there's nothing really wrong with that. It's just, I'm not comfortable with it. And I guess it seems strange to me that they would assume that I am comfortable with that. I try, you know, I try to be civil, you know, although they can usually tell by the tone of my voice, you know, when somebody calls me that I don't know. I mean, they're just a Facebook friend. They call me up, you know, and it rings on my phone and probably my iPad at the same time too, you know, and, you know, so I answer it and say, hello, you know, I mean, it sounds basically like a hello, you know, because it's like, well, why did you call? Well, I mean, you could have asked first. You could have talked to me for a few days first to, you know, to get to know me a little bit before you suddenly call me. If you looked, and most of the questions that they ask, if they just take 2 minutes to look at my Facebook profile, they can find all the answers there that they usually ask. I guess I don't have information about my daughter because I want to respect her privacy. No, these are people of all ages. I mean, 65-year-old woman call me. Again, I think, you know, you know, there's loneliness there. There's some desperation because of the bad financial situation. So, I mean, some of these people call and ask for help. Say, can you help me? You know, I've talked to them for, you know, a total of about 3 sentences back and forth. And then it's like, oh, my mother's in the hospital. Can you help me? Or, you know, I need to go home to visit my family. I don't have money for the bus. Can you help me buy the bus ticket? Or, you know, in the Philippines, most commonly, people don't have a prepaid or don't have a monthly plan, but they have what they, you know, they charge, you know, they have what's called a prepaid SIM that they can, what they say, load up. You know, you can buy more minutes or whatever for your plan. You can get a data plan or a voice plan or whatever, like, you know, like that, and you pay, you know, you can pay a couple of dollars, you know, to get a few minutes, or pay more for more minutes or whatever. And, you know, those, you know, I found out that Facebook is free in the Philippines, so people can use Facebook. They can use the Facebook Messenger and so on. And maybe, excuse me, I guess WhatsApp now is owned by Facebook, I think. So maybe WhatsApp is free also. Because I've had several people ask me if they could talk to me on WhatsApp. I don't know why. I mean, WhatsApp doesn't do any more that I'm aware of than Facebook Messenger does, except that you have to give your phone number, I guess. So I generally decline that. But yeah, so they'll ask, you know, one of the things that they'll do, you know, again, not everyone by any means, but it's happened enough that it's like I'm not surprised by it anymore. No, not only Filipinos. No, no, no. I've gotten similar messages from Africa. Um, yeah, Africa. But I talk about the Philippines because that's my experience. I go to the Philippines all the time. I love the Philippines. I love the Philippines. I go there whenever I can. When this pandemic has settled down to the point that it would be a reasonable endeavor for me to go to the Philippines, I'll be there again. I love the Philippines, and like I said, I love the Philippine people. There's so many great people there. My wife is Filipina. Um, yeah, I'm not saying this is only Philippines. I'm saying that the majority of my experience has been with Filipinos. Um, and I don't understand it. Why is it okay to beg for money? Basically, can you help me? Please. Why is it okay to beg for money on Facebook any more than it is to go out on the street and stand on the corner with your hand out and beg for money? I mean, to me, it's the same thing. And it's interesting to me, so I look at some of these people and they have like 1,000 or more Facebook friends, and they ask me, "Can you help me?" I said, "Whoa, did you ask the other 1,207 people that are your Facebook friends? Did you ask each of them for help too? If each of them gave you 10 pesos, you'd have a pretty good chunk of money there. I mean, why do you need to ask me?" Yeah. I got to get on the road, drive home. I'll see you later. Okay, thanks for dropping by, Black Eyed Dog. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah. Um, yeah, not only Filipinos. It's not only Filipinos. I guess I'm more disappointed when a Filipino does that to me. They ask me for money when I don't know them. Um, the first thing they do when they start talking to me is calling me darling or dear or something like that. Or after after you know you know half a dozen messages, they're ready to say that they love me and so on. I mean, that's, again, I understand that people are lonely, they are desperate for money, but even so, that just gives such a bad impression. I hope that people will start to think more before they do those kind of things. Um, I don't know. Maybe they're successful, but they're never going to be successful with me. One, like I said, I'm married to a wonderful woman. I'm very, very happy. I'm never going to look around. Just is not going to happen. And the other thing is, as far as me helping financially, I've got my wife and myself. I have family. I've got my daughter. We have family in the Philippines. We have family in the Philippines. If we're going to help somebody, we have people that are close to us that could also use help. Yeah, I think Filipinos, I'm sorry to say it, but Filipinos are kind of racist. They see a white man and they think, "Oh, here's somebody that I can get some money out of." Not everybody, but there's a lot of people that are like that. They wouldn't ask another Filipino for money. They figure, oh, they're poor. You see a white man, oh well, he's got to have enough money that he can help me. That's kind of racism. And like I said, I'm not talking about all Filipinos at all. And I looked at my Facebook page. I think I have 1,600 friends now. I've been adding friends lately, and so I think I have 1,600 friends or something like that. And let's see, block. Oh yeah, forgot to block Angie. There we go. Now she's blocked. All right. I've got like 1,600 friends on Facebook, and so this is only a small handful of people, that this is happening with. But it happens often enough that it makes me kind of sad, and it makes me a little reluctant to want to make more Filipino friends. It's like, oh, there's a fair chance that this person is going to either try and get money out of me, or try and develop some kind of relationship with me. Right? Like I said, this woman, that I blocked today, told her repeatedly that I'm married and happy and not looking for anything. I only want friends. And, she just wouldn't let it go. I said, being friends is fine, nothing more than that. But she just continually was inappropriate. It's sad. I know that people have to do a lot of things to try and to live. There are people that are in hard situations. I understand that. I guess they don't care if they make other people feel bad, or make them feel distrustful and so on. They're only thinking of themselves. And like I said, I tried to be nice to all these people. Even the ones, like I said, it wasn't a Filipino, somebody else. Like I said, I suspect Russian, or somebody that uses the Cyrillic alphabet, trying to scam me out of some money. And I told them, look, hey, I know this is a scam, just, leave me alone. And they kept coming back, so that's when I just played along with it, right? I've had experience with a white foreigner thinking that I'm like those girls that, like slut, whatever. I did block them. That's the sad thing, being treated badly because you're nice to them. Yeah, see, this is the thing. The majority of Filipinos are honest and are not sluts, are not looking to get money for like that. Most of them are not. But the ones that are, the scammers, the ones looking to get help from men and so on, they're the ones that are the most active. They're not just talking to one or two, they're talking to as many as they can to try and get as much money as they. Am I back? Sorry, I got a message that said that I lost my connection. I don't know what happened there. I hope I'm back now. But even though these people that are scamming, these people that are trying, that are asking for help and so whatever, are the minority. There's only a few of them, but they're the ones that are on the internet all the time, talking to as many people as they can to try and scam as much money as they can. So the people that are honest and true and actually looking for a real relationship, or trying to really make friends and so on, because everybody like me who has had some any kind of interaction with a lot of people on the internet has had an experience like that, where somebody has tried to scam them or ask them for help, even though they don't really know them, and so on. So yeah, I know that it's the minority. I understand that. Um, it's just, if I were Filipino, I would be very angry at these people. I mean, like, because I mean, it makes a bad impression on all Filipinos, right? Um, and it encourages, the white foreign guys to think that they can go to the Philippines for a good time, to just play around, because they see so many girls that are, scamming and looking for money and so on, right? And some of those girls are willing to meet men for money and so on, right? Some, a few, but because there are some, that encourages men to, you know, more or less treat all the women that they encounter on the internet from the Philippines, think of them that way. So yeah, if I were a Filipino, I would be very angry at these people that are on Facebook asking foreigners for money, um, and even searching for a boyfriend on Facebook. I mean, I do understand. Facebook is free in the Philippines. You can use it for free. So it's like that's an opportunity that you really, you feel that you can't pass up, right? Oh, here's a chance to meet people, you know, that I could never meet otherwise. It's a big chance. But Facebook is not a dating app. I mean, the huge majority of people using Facebook are not using it to make a date. I use it to keep contact with my friends and family in the Philippines, with my friends and family in America, with my friends and family in other countries. That's what I use Facebook for. And that's what the majority of people use Facebook for. The majority. There are a lot of people that try and turn it into a business, that do turn it into a business, that turn it into a way to scam people, that use it as a dating app. I know that there are, but I guess what bothers me is when, so many of these people automatically think that because I'm a white man talking to Filipinas, that I'm automatically looking for a girlfriend or a wife or sex. It's just, it's rather, it's insulting to me, and I think it should be insulting to Filipinos also, that these people are acting that way. They don't even take the time, so many times, to find out. I mean, it's like some girl, she was young, it was like the second sentence that, she was like, hello, uh uh I can't remember, hello, where are you, darling, or something like that, like the, you know just I had just accepted her offer of Facebook friend. She said hello, I responded with hello, and it's like, where are you, darling, calling me darling. Now, okay, you think that, so darling is not a big deal? Well, so it has no meaning. So if you were married and your husband, uh and some other darling, you wouldn't think anything of it? Of course you would. Darling, a name that you use regular friends, right? You just regular friends. For her to just say darling, well, now, I mean, if I were interested, if I were single and interested and looking for a girlfriend, already I would throw her out because obviously the word darling has no real meaning to her. She's ready to call any guy that she talks to darling, after 2 seconds. I mean, it just cheapens the meaning of the word. And this is not. I don't think this is a cultural thing. I don't think that darling means more or less or something different in the Philippines than it does to me. I mean, darling is what you use with somebody that's special to you. And like I said, if I'm special to that person after saying hello, well, I guess it doesn't take very much to be special to that person. That doesn't make me feel very special, is my point, I guess. So, um, yeah, it's it's so disappointing. I mean, I don't expect everybody to behave the way I do. Uh, in fact, I probably prefer if people don't behave the way I do. But I mean, uh, there ought to be some kind of reasonable code of behavior that you can expect of people, um, without it being written in law. I mean, people should just have a little respect for each other. And asking a stranger for money is not really showing respect for the person or yourself. Um, you don't know anything about them and ask them for money. Or worse, maybe even worse, you know something about them. You know that they have a wife and family, and you still are flirting with them, sending links to love songs and in the morning sending a coffee cup with a heart drawn on it or something like that in a image file. Um, that's not respectful. I mean, it's. I mean the tag po. When you talk to someone, salamat po, or you call someone sir and so on, is supposedly a sign of respect. But then, you use those terms when you talk to them, and then you disrespect them, by your behavior, is really, really quite disappointing. I imagine if anybody watches this post, or if many people watch this post, I'm probably going to lose some, probably going to lose some friends in the Philippines who watch this. But like I said, this is not about most Filipinos. This is about a few Filipinos, and about a few people from Africa, about a few Americans. Um, like I said, the only reason I'm talking so much about Filipinos is because it's where I want to live. It's where I'm going to live in the future. I love the Philippines and I love the people there. And like I said, that's what makes it even more disappointing when they behave badly. So anyway, yeah. Uh, I mean, I didn't actually start out talking about the Philippines. It wasn't. I mean, I think it was somebody that was trying to scam me. Uh, I think was Russian, but it might have been somebody in the United States because the telephone number was, I believe, a United States telephone number. Um, I mean, it matched to a United States telephone number that I was told to call by this new friend on Facebook, and that person had absolutely nothing to do with the Philippines. This was a clearly a scam, um, the John Matt scam. um, so I don't, I know that people are doing these things all over the world. Americans are as bad, if not worse, than any place else. Probably got whole rooms full of people on computers that are there, chatting away, trying to get money out of people. Probably Americans trying to get money out of Filipino. I've heard stories, of supposedly, I mean, who knows? It was the internet, but somebody, a supposedly white man in America, who was, chatting up some Filipino, some Philippine woman, and asking for help, or doing things, asking for help. I've heard different kinds of scams. Asking for help. Oh, I want to go and see you. If you could help me. I just need a little more money to get the ticket, and then I can, so I can go there to meet you, and so on. And so the Filipino would, send what money she could, and then the guy would never show up or whatever, or some guy that was like, doing they were talking for days or weeks or maybe even months. I don't know. They were talking for a long period of time, and he said, "Oh, I'll send you." Something, in the mail. I'll send you, I have a present for you. I want to send it in the mail. And so then they send the package, and the package is like COD or something like that. The Filipino has to go to the post office and pay a fee in order to get the package. And then the package is full of like waste paper, or some junk or something like that that's basically worthless. And so probably they had some arrangement with the shipping company or whatever, the COD, so they got part of the money back. So again, that kind of scam, I've heard all these things. It's not just Filipinos. It's just, like I said, it's the Filipinos that have been disappointing me lately, because those are the ones that I've been talking to most. Like I said, I love the Philippines. I love the Filipinos. I want to be there. If it wasn't, honestly, right now, right this minute, I would be in the Philippines if it wasn't for COVID. If it wasn't for the pandemic, I would be in the Philippines right now. Yeah. Anyway, be that as it may, I think I'm going to wind up here. So, Raquel, thank you for dropping in. I do appreciate it. It's always good to so Raquel, are you still there? It's interesting. So you're on Facebook. Are you also on HAPS now? I'll have to check. Raquel. Oh yeah, you must be. Oh, so you are on HAPS. I just subscribed to you. Here on HAPS. So yeah, great. Yeah, I'm looking at your Facebook page now. Yeah. See, I mean, yeah, and it's pretty clear from your Facebook page. I mean, well, actually, you do have your birthday on here. You don't have a lot of other information. But I get, there's no reason to share information that you don't want to on Facebook, especially, but you've got, a lot of pictures. You look very happy. And based on what I see, it looks like you're happily married, which is great. I guess you're happily married. I mean, I see a man's face in there. It could be a brother, I guess, but I see a man and a child there, so I'm guessing that that's your family. So anyway, yeah. So I've started to end this about 3 or 4 times now, but I'm finally going to do it. Okay, so thanks everyone. It's been real. It's been fun, but it hasn't been real fun. Take care and bye-bye.